What's up, gang?
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
How we
guys.
doing?
Give me a quick sec here. Let me stream live over here on the Instagram, and we'll
Thank
get
you.
started.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
If you haven't already, you know what I'm going to say. Gotta like and subscribe to our channel. So go ahead. Well, Dr. Ryan's setting this up. Make
Good to
sure
go.
you go ahead and do it. Subscribe. Right. That way you get all this information. You can share all this information. Leave us comments. Yeah, your feedback. It really also helps us help you, and it helps us grow.
Absolutely, it does.
Feedback is important, positive and negative.
For sure.
All
Always
right.
learning. Always be
What?
learning.
Always learning. Okay, so we're in that time of season
We are.
where it's kind of known as the cold and flu season, right? And your kids are getting sent home left and right at school, and we're catching colds, and it's all about our immune system. So today, that's what we really want to talk about, but it's not just wanting to talk about your immune system during this time. It's more about how to have a strong, resilient immune system all the time.
Yes.
That's what's important, right? Because we can't just load all of a sudden and expect to have this nice, robust immune system. Like we really have to work on it. So it's not something you should only support when you're sick,
Right.
right? It's really not. It's
Amen.
something, think about it, it's something like we have to train for every single day. Every day we're training our immune system, right? It's just like the same thing. It's every day. So yeah, we kind of want to go through that. It's not like, I'm not trying to say it's like debunking anything but it is that common myth that everybody thinks when we're entering that cold and flu season, you got to just load and load and load. But think about a nice, well-balanced year-round approach, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Okay.
Spot on. For sure. Why is it
Okay.
called a season, though? Flu and cold season. Why do you think that is that more people?
Well, temperatures
You know, I think,
drop.
yeah,
People
temperatures
aren't going
drop.
outside
People are
as
inside.
much.
You're around a lot more people.
Yeah, I mean,
Less sunlight.
less sunlight, less fresh air,
Less fresh
less
air.
natural microbes out there.
Less motivation to get up and leave the house to go to the gym or something.
Yes, less movement.
Less fresh food from the farm stand around the corner.
Right. I
What
once
else?
heard someone like refer to like the winter time as like with exercise, it's almost like you just develop your winter sweater. You just get a little puffy during that time. But all of these things are actually factors that weaken our immune system,
Yeah.
right? So that is again why it's that cold and flu season. But again, just like we're building strength and endurance when we're working out, immunity is the capacity your body builds through, like daily choices. It really is daily choices.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah. Okay, let's talk about reasons why. We just talked about some of the reasons why
Yeah.
immunity declines,
Okay.
but there's a few more I want to address.
Age?
And think, what?
Go.
Age?
I was just guessing
Hate
what
the
else is on the
age.
list. I hate age. It's always because of age.
But think of your immune system as a living intelligence network, right?
Okay.
So it
I like that.
it gets this feedback
Like a
from
mesh.
all over the place, right? So things that will decline immunity is when our gut is out of whack,
Gut,
right?
dysbiosis, yes.
Like a biome, an inflamed gut, when we're missing essential micronutrients.
So vitamins, minerals.
Right, exactly. When we have prolonged stress, and I think we really all feel that when that happens, you end up getting sick, right? Same thing with sleep disturbances. Like a lot of times it happens too when you're stressed, you're sleeping less, or maybe not even less, but your quality of sleep is not as good, and your immune system plummets, right? Unstable blood sugar, right?
Unstable, yeah.
Unstable, sorry.
Sure.
These highs, lows, ups and downs, peaks and valleys, I call them. So that comes from diet, right? Also add into the exercise.
You think a continuous glucose monitor is worth it?
Oh, I think they're great.
I've never done one.
Yes, no, I haven't either. That's why I have it. I just keep thinking, like, I just need to put
We
it
should
on
do it.
and do it, just out of
You
curiosity.
see where your blood sugar spikes more than you might expect.
Yeah, and
Like how bad-
everybody's very different.
Right.
So some things that might spike, like let's just say, for example, like white rice might spike somebody's, but it might not the other.
Yeah,
person.
right.
And like
Or oatmeal or some fruit.
Yeah.
Some fruits might have a different
Right.
spike on.
So it's good to know. So we don't want this unstable peaks and valleys of this blood sugar spiking. I always call it the rolling hills, right? Because of course, anytime you put something in your body, you're going to get a little elevation, and it's going to go like that. That's what we're looking for. And then another thing, when your mitochondria are depleted, so like mitochondria deficiency, right? Big deal, right?
For
Weakened
sure.
Immune system. So on the opposite side, talking about things that strengthen your immune system is when your gut microbiome is stable. Now, how do we keep it stable, right? Certain fermented foods, our probiotics, like things on a regular basis. When nutrient stores are replenished, so these micronutrients I was just talking about in our vitamins and minerals, when those are replenished and stable, like that's a strong immune system, right? Not letting them drop low and then trying to load them as flu season's here. When inflammation is balanced, right? That's that chronic kind of negative inflammation.
Chronic, yes, chronic low grade like inflammation.
Yeah.
I've referred to it as high grade sometimes, but it's not. It's a low grade, but it's chronic.
Yes. When
the worst
cortisol is regulated, we do better, right? That's our stress
Cortisol,
hormone.
your stress hormone, sure.
So try to keep that balanced. And we restore energy daily through sleep and recovery. So you have to sleep and you have to recover, but you also have to sleep well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're big fans of like sleep trackers. And gosh, it's not just to like make yourself crazy over it, because sometimes numbers will make yourself nuts. But it's really to get a grasp on how you sleep and what sleep stages you need to work on, and then what you can do to lengthen or strengthen those sleep stages, right? So it's good to know. Numbers are important.
I love data. I think the data is great.
Yeah. Just sometimes 100%. You just need to take a break from it here and there, but it's good to know. You need to do it.
Right. Sure.
Okay. So just going through that, here we have what we picked as our foundational LiveGood supplements
it really could be a whole rack.
I know it could.
Because you start getting into the weeds on it. And that's why I'll focus on the Daily Essentials pack, but that's fine.
Right. Well, you have your core stuff, but
core stuff.
All in all, like Ryan just said, you have your Daily Essentials pack. That is your men's or women's multi ultra magnesium complex and your D3K2.
Yep.
These are daily must. Daily essentials.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This is not like every other day, every third day, cold and flu season essentials. These are daily essentials. Why? We just talked about it. These micronutrients have got to stay balanced. They have to stay optimized. They supply the raw building blocks for immune cells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's like we have immune cells. We need to keep them nice and strong.
That's right.
The ultra magnesium complex helps with our stress, right? And this is, again, you want to have a balanced cortisol response across I shouldn't say balanced, but across the board. You want your cortisol to be optimized. So to do that, you need to be taking your magnesium on a regular basis, not just, I feel stressed today, I'm going to take magnesium. That's not how it works, right? We need to have a balanced dose of magnesium, which allows the immune system to stay responsive rather than defensive, right?
I like that.
We want the immune system
to That's a good one. That's a good one.
Not against us.
And which it works against you in a lot of ways, because autoimmune disorders, for an example. I mean, how much of an increase are you seeing in autoimmune disorders?
Oh, crazy.
Type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah. I mean, there's so many.
And allergies.
Psoriasis and
allergies,
different
autoimmunity, chronic inflammation. These are all dysregulated immune systems.
It's just a dysregulation. Now, do you think it's any coincidence that these diseases weren't as prevalent, say, 50 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
So when we start talking about what exposures are we having, what are the things that we're exposing ourselves to that's triggering our body to go into this chronic low-grade inflammatory state to the point where the body is now misunderstanding the cues from the immune system and the response.
All the toxins we're exposed to.
Toxins.
The lack of nutrients that we're getting from our food.
Lack of nutrients.
And, I mean, it's just, to me, those are the two biggest ones.
I think those are the biggest ones. But, the toxin exposure is in the food supply. That's a big part of it, not just environmental.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's what you breathe, what you eat, what you put on your skin. It's in certain supplements, right?
Yeah.
That's what we always talk about.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
Watch what's in your food and your supplement line. Yeah, for sure.
100% why we're seeing all these autoimmune conditions. We're seeing a rise in allergies. And, it's common just to go run to the local pharmacy and take an over-the-counter or something. This is speaking of like allergies. But when you really have to dig down and figure out the root cause, guys, it's a dysregulated immune system, right? So think about that. So just more reasons why this is not just about keeping a strong immune system so we don't get the cold or the flu, right? This is also has to do with
chronic disease,
allergies, The chronic inflammation that is basically is the beginning of any other disease leading, like you were saying, to diabetes, heart disease. I mean, neurodegenerative disease.
Exactly. It accelerates the aging process, right? Because the oxidative stress, so again, that toxin that you're exposed to, that benzene that you got in your vape pen or whatever from whatever, but like that free radical creates that oxidative stress, and the body gets lost in this cortisol response, and a lot of different things are happening, but it gets lost in how to control and sort of shut down the inflammatory response because there's just this repeat exposure to these free radicals.
Yes. 100%.
So
100%. So that was just talking about right there, those daily essential facts. So again, those three, I mean, must. But then we talk about the gut, right?
Yeah, sure.
An out of balance gut, a disrupted gut can be the beginning of it all. Like it is so important. Oh, I don't even have it out here.
Well, gut dysbiosis is interesting. Like, just so you understand, like SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth, things like leaky gut, right? These things are not medical diagnoses, right? These things are not really recognized by the mainstream medical system. So you just kind of take that for what it is, but at the same time, recognize that the gut does house basically virtually most of your immune system. It's definitely a barrier. So it's a significant barrier system. Most of your neurotransmitters. So your mood balancing, and a lot of other things that the gut is responsible for. So if you're constantly throwing all the stuff we just said, junk, let's just call it all junk. If you're throwing junk in there, the body then is certainly going to have to respond accordingly, and it doesn't know. It gets confused and lost. It's not really biologically innate at that point. Right? We've talked about, innate versus adaptive immunity. Innate is like what you're programmed with. You were born with an innate immune system. Right? Adaptive immunity is like, hey, look, you just were out, whatever with the girls, and somebody was sick, and you got exposed to the common cold or a coronavirus or rhinovirus. Body's adaptive, goes, okay, look, we got some memory cells here. Let's drop those in, drop some macrophages, drop some T cells, take care of the situation. Get rid of it, and then it goes away. Basically, kind of goes back away. The problem is it's never really going away. So the innate and the adaptive is sort of now becoming this big soup the body's not real sure what to do with.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I think I went for a little bit of it.
No, that's good. But when you're talking about the gut and everything that it does, I like to think of it as the command center of immune regulation. So it has to be well taken care of. It has to be balanced. It has to be treated right. And this isn't just take a probiotic and you're all good. Again, you have to stop putting the stuff in that's going to disrupt your gut, whether it's from artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors,
highly processed foods.
Yeah, there's many ingredients in our food system now that you probably read it and you have no idea what it is. But those all wreck the gut. So you have to read every single ingredient of everything, even your supplements, right? So important stuff. So add in the probiotic gut support. And then I have 4 of our targeted immune modulation and cellular defense supplements. And that would be our Super Reds, Super Greens, our Factor 4, and our black seed oil. I think this whole thing is a must. Maybe we need to put it on there as like a immunity pack. But again, it's not immunity as in load your body
now today
on a regular basis, right? That's cool.
Exactly. That's right.
So the Factor 4, it's our omegas, turmeric, CoQ10, garlic, supports the precision of the immune system. It responding when needed, calming when appropriate. It is just your system has got to be balanced especially your omegas, and CoQ10. Super Reds, it promotes what? Nitric oxide, healthy circulation, immune cells can actually travel where they're needed. Everything is working properly.
Of all the thousands of naturally occurring chemicals that are in our food supply, the reason why the Super Reds and Super Greens is so powerful is because you get such a nutrient-dense basically dose of antioxidants. So all those phytonutrients and polyphenols and colorful plant compounds that are loaded in this product, that's the stuff that will help with the oxidative stress. It helps to neutralize those free radicals, Were we talking about reds and
In,
greens
in
just
high,
now?
yeah, and high doses. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you also have to look at the ingredients that
Yeah,
we
you
put
need it in proper dosing
and like
for
the
sure.
proper dosing is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
there
Yeah, it's there.
to have a benefit. Yeah, that was super red, super green, same thing. The
Same.
minerals, antioxidants, detox support, all helps
Detox
reduce
benefits, yep.
inflammation. Yeah, I mean, just naturally freeing the immune system to function efficiently. Like it's like you said, it's there.
Yes.
It's just we need it to function for us.
Yeah, and if you're in the gut category, like, we don't have fiber out, but you would need fiber, right? But like
Right.
again, I can't throw everything at you, so you need. But that's really what it comes down to: is it needs to be this well-rounded approach
Right. I mean,
every
hydration
day.
is important.
Hydration,
Hydration
of
amplifier,
course,
because
of
you can't
course,
just hydrate with water alone.
of
You know,
course.
like we said, this pack one by one as we're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. You just
we
keep
could
adding.
building, but we're trying to break it down with like some of the core ones that we feel like are most important. Understanding that you have to eat right, you have to hydrate well,
Right.
you have to eating right can be getting your fiber. I mean,
That's right, no doubt.
there's a lot of it. Oh, another thing too is when you have a weak immune system, it can overreact to minor triggers,
Oh, sure.
right? So, I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of like a overreaction.
Like a
I mean, it could also just be like a simple little cold.
yeah.
But again, just I don't know. It'll come to me. I'll come up with an example for that one. But your balanced immune system, you want to think about it as it's clear, it's efficient, it's adaptive, it's stable, it's all of these things, right? And again, year round. This needs to be year round. This doesn't mean you're never going to get sick, right? It's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
That also helps build,
Of
our
course.
immune system stronger. But the goal is if you get something, if you catch that bug, it doesn't take you down. You can still function. And you wipe it out pretty fast.
Well, you can't function if you're a male.
That's the goal.
That's for sure. That's just not going to happen.
Yes, you guys know that.
It's horrible. No, look, that's why I say
Man-mole.
socialization. Yeah, the socialization is so important. Like, look, clearly you're not going to go out and around people that you know are sick, but like exchanging germs, right? Bacteria, viruses, parasites, whatever. I mean, your body has the ability to respond to that, and it needs to have that exposure. You can't live in a bubble.
Right.
Cannot live in a bubble.
Yeah, live in a bubble. So lifestyle. We did talk some about lifestyle. We talked about the sunlight. Triggers your vitamin D activation.
Oh, sure.
Serotonin production, circadian rhythm regulation.
Yes.
So even just 10 to 20 minutes.
Sure.
Just make sure you get yourself outside. If you work indoors in a building, I remember when I worked at the hospital, I would always, and I would get there when the sun was down. I would always go when we had lunch or make sure I left like 10 minutes and I would just walk the stairs all the way down, loop the building, and then, walk all the way up. Just something to get yourself outside and moving, fresh air and movement. Here we go, regular movement.
Oh, sure.
It circulates lymph.
Oh, the
right?
lymphatic system, absolutely.
The fluid your immune cells travel in, right? So we want to keep that moving properly. I mean, certain things that I do, I use dry brushing every morning.
Yeah,
that
sure.
You're supposed to, you go from your limbs towards your heart, just helps lymphatic drainage.
The lymphatic system, by the way, is like an accessory to the immune system. It moves fluid throughout the body. It supports the immune system in a very critical way.
Right. So you might know someone, it might be yourself that has
Mm-hmm.
lymphedema. You said you get
Yes, swelling
swollen
in certain.
certain areas. A lot of times lymph regions and stuff.
Yeah,
So you want to keep that moving, and even these little walks will help move
Of course.
your lymphatic fluid as
Of course.
well. So think about no movement equals immune stagnation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
move.
Sedentary equals
Move your
immune
body
stagnation. Yep.
every day.
Yep. Every day, multiple times a day. Can't go to the gym for 30, 45 minutes
And then
sit all day and think that's like you're good. You're not good. You need to move more frequently.
Right. Kudos for going to the gym. But
Yeah,
you need
of
to
course.
be active every day.
For sure. Every hour, move for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever.
Yes. Okay. Sleep as immune recovery. So deep sleep is when our immune system repairs. So this is kind of what I talked about when we were talking about tracking.
Yeah.
You have your light sleep, you have your deep sleep, you have your REM sleep. And when you use these sleep trackers, it'll break it down for you and it kind of lets you know how much you really should be getting in your deep sleep and what you were getting. And if yours is always short, you might need to do some research, reach out to me. Let's figure out how we can
build that up.
Deep sleep.
Exactly.
Again, you need that deep sleep when your immune system repairs tissues.
Shoot for 2 hours a night if you can get it. It usually happens in the first few hours of sleep.
Right.
You know,
So
that's
I would
usually
say, and knowing
drop
that,
into
this is always when he gets the most frustrated if a child
a
walks in the
child just
room
barges into the
after
room.
you
I'm
just
dead asleep.
went to
Like,
sleep.
man, the dog, anything.
Because you know that right
Like
there,
right
your
in the
deep
middle.
sleep was just messed up.
Yeah.
And you actually feel it the next day. Even if you
Too.
ended up falling back asleep and getting the right amount of sleep, by being shorted in that deep sleep, as you feel it for sure. Okay, we talked about stress. This is one of the fastest suppressors of the immune system, of immune strength. So, and we are the only ones that can work on that for ourselves, right? You can't let somebody, take your stress away. Like you have to work on it. And because a lot of times it's how we perceive things. Yes, of course, magnesium is absolutely outstanding, for the stress response, and it's necessary. But we also have to work on things of deep breathing, get outside, take a walk.
Oh, yes.
Going back to that sunlight and taking a walk and fresh air. Simple little things like that.
Hey, total reset.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
10-minute walk outside can be a total
Yep.
reset.
You do your breathing.
Proper breathing. Yep.
Your breathing, your sunlight, your fresh air, and your movement.
Hydration.
Yeah, bring your water. Bring your water along.
Electrolytes.
Someone says my volume is low.
It always is like that for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Something might be wrong with that, Mike.
Okay. Well, maybe we should trade. Okay. What else did I want to say? I was just talking. This is stress response, the fight or flight, right? We need to watch our nervous system shifts with that fight or flight. Fight or
Yeah,
flight.
absolutely.
This one even talked about prayer. Good time prayer. Journaling.
Oh yeah, no,
Those are other ways.
definitely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but find what
The
works
spiritual,
for you. What works for me, it's not gonna work for you, or maybe it will. But
you
got to figure out what works for you.
You must have a spiritual connection. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay, and then whole food nutrition. So again, we could grab something off the shelf behind us because I'm going to say protein supports immune cell formation.
Sure, big time.
Protein. We are not getting enough protein in our diet, right?
Especially our elderly. Again, going back to the aging thing, and I'm saying not elderly, but like aging from 55 on.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Well, there's
appetites are.
There's that. There's the aging. There's the increase in the GLP-1 use that causes you to eat less, and you're not really focusing on protein.
So the drugs.
Right. And just in general, just count your protein for one day. I always say use MyFitnessPal. It's just a free app. Just count it, log it in there, and you will be shocked with how low your protein is. And then change that, right? Because again, protein supports immune cell formation, right? We need these immune systems. Colorful vegetables, the plant antioxidants. We also talked about our super reds and super greens, not a replacement.
No. Eat your whole foods.
For your whole foods, fruits, and vegetables. This is a supplement to that, right?
Right.
Because you're getting many things in there you can't get from the grocery store. But when you can get from the grocery store, do it. And buy organic where you can to help remove those toxins and wash properly. I have this, I wish I knew the name of it.
Shop local too.
This basin, shop local. This basin thing that has a little unit, and I add my water and I add a scoop of salt, and the conversion of it, how it cleans my fruits and vegetables. But I buy organic, and then I do that, and I will tell you the residue that's in that is
sure.
But it's important. We got to remove those toxins. Hydration, we've talked about that. Get your hydration amplifier. It moves immune cells where they need to go. And remember, water alone is not going to hydrate you. You need the electrolytes, okay? So make sure you're checking out our hydration amplifier. Think about your daily plate is like immune training. I mean, there's just so many things. Again, we're training. We're training our immune system by the choices we make every single day, right? So lifestyle determines whether supplements work like fuel or simply get wasted. You've got to have the lifestyle too. You gotta
100%.
do it all. Yeah.
Even if you just do some.
Just
Just please. Because if you are struggling with any of the things that we talked about today, and we all struggle with some of these things, just start incorporating some aspect into your daily routine. Start somewhere.
And we always talk about to start with supplements because it's easy.
Yes.
And you'll start to feel better, and then you can stack on the rest.
Yeah. You'll feel better physically, but you also have this routine. As you build routine and start looking forward to those things, because look, subconsciously, you're doing something for yourself that's good, right? And that in itself will be motivational.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
move you into the
definitely.
right direction. So not to get overwhelmed, guys. When we talk about immune health, it is a big category. We pulled in a lot of things and probably could have added more product, but at the end of the day, really vitamin D is critical. You saw that during COVID. Magnesium, critical. You just heard about it. So many things it's involved in. Micronutrients found in the multivitamin, some phytonutrients in there. Some of those powerful antioxidants like vitamin C and zinc are in there. All your B vitamins are in there. Lutein, zeaxanthin are all in there. So the Daily Essentials pack is really at a minimum, an absolute minimum. Now you can't, I would never stop there, but if that's where you're going to just say, I need to just start somewhere and I want to start small, Daily Essentials pack.
Right. And you know what's funny? I don't even think I said anything about black seed oil. I said it, but I didn't say how, it's a immune modulation and respiratory support. It helps the immune system stay smart and well regulated. It's just a wonderful supplement
Sure.
to throw in there.
I mean,
just realized I didn't highlight it at all.
It's tough because you could say like just, if you even just pulled up AI and asked the benefits of black seed oil, if you did the same thing with Shilajit with the organic sea moss, you get a lot of the same. It's quite intense. Even the lean product that we have for weight loss is crazy because the way I formulated that was intentional to make it a lifestyle really product around body composition, not necessarily just about like, just quickly dropping pounds.
A quick fix. Yeah.
Quick fix. And so you'll see a lot of powerful ingredients in there that are super healthy for the immune system. And this is right. The injectables that are ruining appetites are ruining nutrition. And yes, it will change your body weight, but ultimately, what about your lean muscle mass? You have to eat your proteins, right? Like even regular drugs, a lot of drugs cause nutrient depletions. Like I go over it a lot. I talk about this frequently, and I've reviewed tons and tons of your meds to tell you what you're depleted in, but it's real. It's a true thing. Blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heartburn, so like reflux, all these drugs, major nutrient depletions. And so if you're not aware of these things, you can certainly run into a compromised immune system, right? And so
I'm glad you brought that up because obviously we talked about our food is not as nutrient dense as it was.
Right.
But I'm glad you threw that in there because I don't know the percentage of the population that's on at least one medication, but it's
super high.
Super, super high.
Yeah, it's high.
So just know if you're taking a medication, there's some kind of nutrient depletion that's going on because of that as a side effect of that medication. So you have to know that because you have to make sure you're supplementing.
Of course. Of course. All right, let's knock out a few just comments and questions here. Just so you all know, you can email me your med. If you want to email me your meds, I can tell you what they're likely depleting your body of. I mean, there's a question here about what's good for diabetes and gout. I'm just if the med depends on the med profile. I'd tell you what it depletes.
Yeah, but I would say email me, and if I have questions.
All good. Yeah, it gets a little overwhelming for sure.
Yeah.
Lisa's way better, way more on top of management, email management than I am. That is for sure. And I try really hard, guys. I'm not going to lie. I do try. All right. So
someone was just asking, how do they advise their doctor that we need supplements? Because the doctor says we get them all from our food. Challenge the doctor to just start with a micronutrient test.
Sure.
I mean, it's an out-of-pocket expense, whether, you want to have them order one for you or you say, well, doc, why don't you get one done and let's see. I mean, it's unlikely that they're going to do that, but it will show you the numerous amount of nutrient deficiencies you have from just eating a whole foods diet.
You can't check magnesium all that well in serum and blood, but I'd say, check your magnesium levels. But vitamin D levels, you can certainly check very easily. Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, doctors will say that about supplements and then realize that they prescribe vitamin D all the time. There's a drug,
fish oil.
Ergocalciferol is the vitamin D2 that they prescribe all the time. And by the way, the D3, the cholecalciferol, is superior. So whatever. They prescribe B vitamins all the time. They prescribe magnesium in the hospital. There's a lot of actual. Lovasa is a omega-3 fatty acid supplement. So fish oil, right? They use it all the time. So it's just, you can't have it both ways. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. And unfortunately, Western medicine trained physicians do this. And they say vitamins are nothing but expensive urine, which is really been just a terrible, terrible myth of sorts for people that hear that.
Right. I mean, what you can tell your doctor is, in some regards, they're right, because low quality supplements.
I was just about to say that.
And that's where,
I was just about to say that.
I can say in defense of the doctor, maybe it's just like, because every time you look online, every time you open your social media, every time you're getting bombarded with some new supplement, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
And you don't know what's good and what's bad.
It is so exhausting.
In the doctor's defense,
yeah,
there's many that you need to avoid. There's many that are a waste of your money. There are many that are expensive urine that's also adding toxins to your life.
Definitely.
So be choosy.
That's it. So good. I'm so glad you covered that because it's exactly right. Be choosy. Be choosy. At best, you're losing your money on some of these crappy brands. At worst, you are adding more toxin load into your body and not getting what you think you are because they're not even transparent on the label.
Right, right.
Easy stuff.
Yeah, a handful of questions on just different topics besides immune health. Just go ahead and email me. We can discuss it that way. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you.
Yes. So think about
Thank you. Thank you.
Immunity is not seasonal, and it's not luck. Right. So it's something you build day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit, cell by cell.
Oh, it's perfect.
Right?
Well said.
So nourish your foundation. Your body will protect you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.